fidèle. Si tu es contre Dieu, tu es contre l'homme. Sade, es-tu diabolique ou divin?
All right. I know it's late. I know nobody's awake. I don't care. There'll be something more significant tomorrow. I got that vodka and Fresca, the drink of champions, guys. So, just a couple things. There's some funny Templar stuff. You know, I got to get my Templar slot content in, because he's my quartering. We have this insane post from Josh, which is just like, the minute I read this, I just heard that clip from Trailer Park Boys. The, let me find it. The guy who, like, whenever anything is happening... The guy who, like, whenever, like, there's chaos or whatever, there's, like, just a guy in the background who screams, what in the fuck?
Get out of there! Oh. What in the fuck?
That guy. That's what I heard whenever I read this. I was like, what?
Stop it! Oh. Get out of there! Oh. What in the fuck?
Yeah, basically. So, I'm sure Mr. K is going to want to do something about this, so we'll probably end up reading this again and going over it with him at some point this week. But, I guess we'll do that first, because it's just crazy. Okay, so basically the background of all this is that some game came out called Pragmata. I don't know whether it's good or bad. I don't know whether basically there seems to be two factions. One says it's pedo bait. One says it's pro-family. It's like wholesome. I don't know which it is. I'm not going to tell you which it is. I don't know enough about it. I haven't played it, so I'm not going to pretend to have an opinion on it, unlike Josh. That's not really the point, either way. The point is that Josh has very firmly put himself in the it's pedo bait camp, which is kind of interesting because you're seeing this sort of schism where a lot of these same guys who would... Templar, ironically. We're always going to bring it back to Templar. You know, famously in the last 2 streams ago, we saw where he was getting mad that they censored Tifa in a flashback where she was 15, which is a weird thing to get mad at. And his exact words were, because I threw it right back at him, his exact words were that it's fake, so it doesn't matter or something. I'll bring it up so I quote him correctly. Well, now he's in the camp that it's wholesome or whatever, and so and he specifically praised, I guess, the design of this robot girl used to be more, I don't know if provocative is the right term, but just there was more, less modest, I guess. I don't know. Like, even saying it that way makes it sound worse than what I saw. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so he was defending the changes, and it's like, well, I agree with you. Like, they shouldn't be sexualizing. They should do whatever changes they need to not sexualize. But it was contradictory to his point before. I'll bring it up. Anyway, so Josh here has put himself firmly in the camp that it's pedo bait. The thing is, he can't just take that position, because if he took that position, I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing to say. like I said, I don't know which is true on this. I haven't played the game, so I'm not going to pretend to have an opinion. So that alone, I don't think is really the problem. The problem is Josh can't just have a simple opinion. He can't just say something normal. He's got to wrap this up into some weird race fetishism stuff here, and then also some pontifications about, like, he thinks like every girl is Ramona Flowers in every video game, I guess. Hacker eagle trope. And then also at the end, he decides to do like a face comparison of other children, like child female characters in other games, and which ones he thinks are sexualized in a way that just is like, bro, what the fuck? Okay, so here's what he says. Young children are vulnerable, create problems instead of solving them, and do not wear a face full of makeup. They eat a lot, run around screaming, shit themselves, and vaguely follow simple commands if they're feeling that. Sounds really great from a guy who doesn't have kids. The reward of being a parent comes from nurturing something that is utterly defenseless and seeing it develop its own personality and humanity, which takes years. Okay, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert. What do you mean that it takes years to develop humanity? I mean, if I'm being like good faith, I don't know. There's no good faith way to read that. He's just saying children aren't humans. Not a couple walks down space corridors. Yeah, but it's a video game about an android girl. I assume that's the dynamic, is that this idea that can you feel this way? Can you feel a paternal, or I guess maternal instinct for a character that you know is not a real human? That's hypothetically maybe what the game is proposing. Again, I haven't played it, but he doesn't seem to even understand that could potentially be the idea here. That does not fit into a world of puzzle solving and shooting robots. Do you know what kind of character fits better in a world where you need a sidekick tag along to solve problems and shoot robots? The hacker e-girl trope from every game ever made. Cortana, the pilot from Deus Ex, Alex Vance, and Yennefer is really the odd one out here. Yennefer is not a hacker. She's a sorcerer. I guess maybe that's the idea, is it's a fantasy hacker. I don't know. This is a weird set of characters. What they all kind of have in common, I would say, is they're kind of the Ramona Flowers archetype, which, you know, if Josh thought about this for more than 2 seconds, he would realize that all three, at least, of these characters were made in the 2000s, like the late 2000s or mid 2000s, where there was certain, like, style. You know, there was a fashion movement, like the scene fashion, right? That might be more why they all look this way, not because of some weird psychosexual message about who's competent and who's not. These are all young women who provide a sort of service to the main character. Okay, that's a weird way to put it. I mean, the whole reason why people like Alex is because she doesn't just provide a service. She is like a real person. That's why people like Alex. They do stuff. They fascinate the player. That's their perfect. Alex's purpose is not to do stuff. The only game where she really does stuff is episode 1, and that's the whole point. That's like the point of that game. And this isn't me, this isn't me like trying to think for the developers. You can actually listen to the developer commentary for Half-Life games, and they'll tell you exactly what they were thinking. In the first episode, the whole idea was that you needed Alex to get through everything. But in the second game, she's not just a useful prop. She's like the heart of the story. She's the girl who only ever lived in the world of after the Combine takeover, and yet she doesn't like fall to despair. I don't know, like Josh doesn't know what he's talking about. Whoop-de-fucking do. That's why we're doing this at fucking 11 p.m., which is probably 5 a.m. for all the rest of you. Some ethnic minority usually has a short... Oh yeah, ethnic minority, Yennefer here. Usually has short dark hair. I don't know why. Again, it's the scene style from the mid-2000s. A lot of these gamer developer guys probably, you know, we're into that. It's really not that complicated. That's why you don't see it so much anymore. This is just the look that media uses to inform a white male under the age of 40 that the character is technically capable. No, that's not why. It's to make them, in the view of the developers, like attractive and likable. Capable despite being a female. When you want this role to be in part fulfilled by a child, it has to be done carefully. There are child characters who fulfill this paternalistic purpose in other games. How about the most famous example of them? This from any media ever created, now in both video game and film format. Ellie, Last of Us, now a TV show. Nobody called this pedophilia. Did they? I don't know. I never was really hooked into the Last of Us stuff. Another zombie game, father-daughter, paternalism. This is the Clementine from The Walking Dead. Nobody called this pedophilia. Can you guess why? Yeah, but here's the problem, Josh, is you're the one calling this pedophilia. So, like, you can't rely upon a consensus that you yourself are creating. You know what I mean? Like, since he's coming at it from the position that it's pedo bait, you can't be like, well, this is distinct and people are calling this pedo bait when you're the one calling it that. Like, can you give us some other people who are calling it that, who aren't retarded? That might help, you know, rather than relying on your own. Basically, I think it is, therefore, it's a controversy, you know? Because, like, anyone can say any kind of stupid shit about anything. That doesn't mean it's like it's rises to the point of worthy of being covered, right? So this is the part where he goes into this really crazy description here. From what I understand he's trying to say here is that because of the way the girls look, this one in Pragmata, I guess, is more sexualized. Here's the problem. A big part of his argument is that Clementine and Ellie look dirty. Do you know what kind of setting The Last of Us and... oh, my co-host. He's whining. It's okay, Brutus. I'll go feed him here in a minute. I already gave him dinner. I can't feed him. I keep overfeeding him. He's so cute. Anyway. Anyway, the commonality between Clementine and Ellie is that they are both in post-apocalyptic settings. So, of course, they're dirty. They're like, it's a survival situation. Whereas this, from what I understand, this Pragmata girl is in like a futuristic, clean setting, specifically because she's like an android. So that would be the reason, right? I don't know how he doesn't bring that up here. He also adds some weird like racial cuck fantasy in here that's just insane. The other fact of the matter is just that like Japanese art design around feminine characters is just different. Now, you could say that the core of that might be, like, sexualization. There could be conversation there. But it's something you kind of have to acknowledge before you just immediately call this pedo bait. But anyway, the reason why this post is insane, beyond all the stuff that was out of touch so far, is just, let me just read this. And tell me, is this not a case of thou doth protest too much? Where, like, this comes from a guy who's very experienced. That's what it sounds like. So, because it wasn't so fucking creepy, Clementine's face isn't hyper-realistic. That's because it's a cel-shaded game, it's a different art style. Ellie's lips weren't glistening with wetness. I can't believe I just read that. The things we do. They're natural for her skin color. Ellie and Clementine are dirty and worn down. Yes, because they're in a post-apocalyptic setting, not a clean, futuristic one. Their hairs are tied up or cut short for practicality. Again, post-apocalyptic setting. Not flowing to waist length. Diana has rose blush. Yeah, the thing, though, is, like, this Diana character is, like, an android. That's the whole idea. And so they would have designed... She's obviously going to look like... You have to communicate this idea of imperfectibility because she's designed. And I assume that maybe one of the things the game explores is that despite looking perfect, she's still a little girl and needs the things a little girl does, like supervision and feeling protected and all the things, you know, a father should do. And that might be the contrast. I'm just presenting this. I'm not telling you that this game doesn't have a problem. I'm just saying that there are so many explanations that you could propose and deal with that don't require you to do this weird analysis where you talk about glistening lips on children. Okay? We're all on the same page about that. Ellie and Clementine are dirty and worn down. Diana has rose blush. Ellie has an ashen face. Clementine is covered in dirt. One of these looks like a real human child that is disordered to show premature signs of... Okay. Giving the uncanny valley effect that pageant model children... Again, she's in a designed android. That might be part of the point. And the others look like they're made to fit in their universe, not act as fan service despite being a fucking child. Clementine and Ellie both raise paternalistic instincts in their audience without looking so fucking creepy. You know what this comes across? It's just like a massive self-report. It's just like... It's almost like he's saying, I feel attracted to this character. Therefore, that's the intent of the author. That's insane. That is an insane jump. But you know this. It's just bullshit, play, pretend, and you're doing the same. No. That's why there's a whole debate about this, man. You think everybody who's engaging with this in good faith, from whatever position, are all just, like, either secret pedos or whatever? You're basically doing what people accuse like you of, the people who don't like actually have looked into things, you know, and you always get so angry at them, right? You're doing the same because one of these freaks. Capcom are nip perverts, and they do this shit because they know nip men I fucked the little blonde children. This is insane. They could have changed her design at any point, and they did. That's another element of this. That's why I brought that up earlier, because I guess there were initial designs where her clothing was I don't think it was ever provocative, but like you just could see like you could see like more of her legs or something, and people complained, and so they changed it. So like they did acknowledge this was a problem. If this was really all some secret thing, they wouldn't have done that. After it was pointed out how fucking gross it is, but they didn't because it was intentional. Yeah, but you don't know what the intent is. It could be something like what I presented. And you don't have to give them that good faith, but to go into this rant is insane. They didn't make Diana a tarted up Japanese girl because who is seeing her that way? You are the only person I've seen say that. Josh is the only person I've seen use this sort of language for this character. Even other people who think that it's inappropriate, who have presented more compelling arguments or have brought up more reasonable doubt, none of them have talked about it this way. And you know why? Because they don't want to sound like fucking pedos. They don't want to sound like people who themselves are attracted to it. It reminds you of that article that was written. What was it? It's like The Guardian, where it was like an article written by a pedo that was like, I'm a pedo, like, but I'm one of the good ones. Like, here's how we stop it, right? That's kind of like what this sounds like. Either out of caution or out of respect, which they will not afford white girls. So this is the weird cuck fantasy thing in here. This is, he thinks that the reason why Diana is blonde and white is because the Japanese would never portray their own children this way. It couldn't have anything to do with the fact that it is well known that in Asian beauty standards, they idealize white features. They just do. We all know it. You hear about those surgeries in South Korea where they make themselves look whiter. And if Diana is supposed to be this on the outside, superficial, like perfect designed robot person, and it's from the Japanese, of course they would make her white. Like this is a well-known phenomenon. What's funny is that when I think of this debate, the first thing I thought of was Ellie. You'd think if paternalistic instinct is actually the motivation, you'd see people bringing her up constantly. Yeah, but Ellie exists in a very, very different setting. As it was okay when it was Ellie, but I've actually never seen anyone bring up Ellie in defense of Pragmata, because it's a different fucking game. It's totally different. It's totally fucking different. Also, people kind of don't like Last of Us anymore. And I think it's because if you put her side by side with Diana, it's just so fucking obvious what's wrong. I don't see it, man. I'm not attracted to these female children characters, so I don't really feel anything that you're talking about from any of these pictures. It's insane. It's just a crazy fucking self-report from him. It makes me wonder if anyone on the phone called him out. Hold on. I'm going to find the thread where this post is. Just give me a second. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, he's been posting a lot. Okay, so this is the thread. Oops. So this is the thread. Why do I have to stream this about? I know. It's late. It's a late night one. I said that at the start. Don't worry, I'll be live again tomorrow. We'll probably end up covering this again with Mr. K, so this is just sort of because I was bored and wanted to stream. Okay, so... Okay, this looks like a more reasonable post. There seems to be a guy saying that, like, yeah, the problem is that, I'm gonna showcase my speed reading here. That people are, basically that even if the intent is not pedophilic, those people will be served, but, like, that's how everything is, so... Okay. It's interesting. No one seems to be engaging with this post. I wonder if they're scared. Because it's a fucking insane post. I mean... see here. Here we go. Okay. This is a good point this guy's making. So I guess when this game was first announced, that's kind of when this discussion started about whether it was like a pedobait game. And it seems that in the title there used to be this term that unfortunately we are familiar with from the last video. This term right here that I'm highlighting. And I guess it was in the title for a while, so now this guy's like, you know, you're kind of, Josh, you're kind of a faggot for allowing that in the title all this time, and now you come in here indignant. Yeah, and this guy, very reasonable, either ban everything that has to do with this, or let people talk about it. Who would imagine you actually ask for like a reasonable rule set? The word is supposed to be ironic. Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's what everyone says, right? Damn, they're not even... Huh, interesting. So this guy brings up a counterpoint where people did actually criticize Clementine. Okay, but then this guy... their kid's obsessed with the kid from... yeah, but this guy gave you an example that just proves your whole point there, buddy. So, like, that does... you can't just say, oh, don't be rhetorical. You're being rhetorical. This guy bringing up that they don't have a... the Japanese don't actually have an issue sexualizing themselves, so his weird racial cuck fantasy doesn't make sense. Yeah, I guess it's because this is a small thread. Because I'm glad this got posted, though, because now more people will see it, because it is just a crazy post. Crazy enough that even people on the site are probably going to shit on him if they find it. So yeah, there's that. We'll probably end up talking to Mr. K about this again, because it's just Josh at it again. Again, you could think like it's the game is inappropriate or whatever, but like I just don't know why he's incapable of talking about it in any way that's not retarded, or not just not retarded, but isn't just a massive self-report that's disgusting. Okay, so some Templar stuff here. So Templar is beefing with this Noah guy, Otterly Noah. Now, what I think is really funny, and it fits exactly into my thesis from yesterday, or 2 days ago, is this guy will only engage with people that he thinks are weak and thinks are easy targets. Not people, there's no like principle behind it. And the thing with this Otterly Noah guy, people were already swinging at him 2 months or 3 months ago in January. In fact, I was one of them. Here I am. This is when he was basically defaming Shamu, saying all this stupid shit. This Noah guy's a faggot. I'm not defending him. That's not my point. And you know, this was back when it was kind of not super popular to swing at him. He was the bigger guy. And I said, this estrogenic water rat is acting like he's never got a drop of criticism before, innovating new and super ways, right? But, you know, you don't hear Templar here, because this is back when it was still developing. But now that everybody is swinging at this guy because he put through a false flag, oh, now Templar's dancing on his grave, smoking the otter pack, because he thinks that he thinks it's easy. It's like the same thing with the quartering, where it was only once he saw everybody swing at him that he's like, oh, this person's weak. I can come in now. Now the Temptard can bring the crusade to it. Okay, so here he is whining, cuck rage. Even people who hate me are dunking on, like, look how proud he is. Look how proud he is that for one day he's not the jester. Well, you know, that's why I went live. I'll be real with you guys. This is late. No one's going to watch this. I don't care. But, you know, what did I say the last stream? It's like, this guy is going to be my quartering. And I thought that him having one day where he felt like he wasn't the jester was one day too fucking much. So that's why we're here. We're going to laugh at this and a few other things. So, yeah, no, actually, I don't like you. I was calling this guy an estrogenic water rat before you even had the courage to say anything. Hey, Noah, you neurodefective, whatever. No, not. See, he doesn't want to say neurodivergent because he thinks that's like a woke term, but he still can't just call him something actually harsh. Flagging bitch, did you steal my avatar, edit it, and use it in your video thumbnail that is critical of me without permission? According to you, that means I can DMCA you. You know, that's really interesting, Templar. Hold on. Let me pull something up here. So he's obviously saying this rhetorically. He's trying to be like, oh, well, to you, changing the Templar around is my avatar around is defamation, so you can't do this to me. Huh. I wonder if there was anyone else who literally just 2 days ago also edited Templar's avatar and put it in something critical of him. Oh, but Templar doesn't care about that. Maybe because it was the most not leftist thing ever. It's me as a Down syndrome guy impaling him with a Sonnenrad on a swastika. Oh, but he's not gonna address this. He's not gonna say this is defamation, right? Because he's a little baby bitch. Because he knows that he'd get blown out of the water. That's why when he addressed me 2 days ago, he talked about the post but wouldn't say my name. It's just funny the way what he chooses to respond to, right? And I've already brought up. How he gains nothing by interacting with me, but because I laugh at him and because I'm just so obviously like he literally got on his knees and called me cool because he's such a little bitch. I didn't say that. I didn't say I'm cooler than you. He said that. And so that's why, normally if he wanted to, he would just not say anything, but he can't quite do that. So it's got to be indirect. It's got to be whatever. And so I just thought this was funny, him whining about people editing the avatar. And then, obviously something I know he's seen because he's mentioned it indirectly. And then here's Dickers laughing about how this is like obviously a joke because Dickers just like blown this guy out of the water. That's a whole nother debate we could go over. But Dickers also, the thing that blew up this Utterly Noah thing again is Noah went on Dickers' show or whatever yesterday and basically just pulled his pants down and showed his ass to the whole internet being like, yes, I false flag. Yes, I'm an idiot. It was kind of like Mundane Matt-esque. So you have, when will you realize we'll make such a good team? Obviously he's kidding here. But Temptard sees just a little bit of recognition, a little bit of faux authority, and he jumps right on it. And here's him whining about editing his avatar again. Again, where's my claim, bitch? Where's my copyright? Is that not a copyright infringement, or are you just afraid? I'll tell you this. I really, really, really would want Templar to copyright strike me. Well, actually, I don't want him to copyright strike me. That's not true. But I think it would be really interesting what would occur next. Because, I know how to deal with copyright stuff. So, and it would be funny. It would just be funny. I think I'd write a funny response. Why is Templar depicting himself as Snorlax? And here's him whining. He's using all these black people gifts. I don't know if he's jumped the fence or what. So yeah, just every tweet, just him just dancing on this guy who he was the last guy to swing at only once it was completely safe, only once there was no threat from anyone, so that he can be like, I'm the one who's not, finally, guys, finally, I'm cool. And look at this, guys. When he thinks no one's looking, he's fucking up all his premieres. He has 3 premieres with 3 different titles because he's a retard, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And you know what? I fuck up the streams all the time. The first stream back, like the back half is like indecipherable. I fuck up premieres, but I don't do this every fucking day. I'm not bringing the crusade to the culture war. But what? Look at this. He's retarded. He doesn't know how to set up a premiere. You know what? We're gonna play him crying. We're going to play him crying about being called the quartering
Hello,
again.
everyone. So, as some of you may remember, we just recently fucking video chat. So, how many of you
maybe that hasn't had a lisp?
know the type, the quarter?
We're confident.
Oh shit! It was right there.
Refrigerator. Please, we all know the type, the quartering.
Here we
types.
go. Listen to him cry. This is a guy who's crying because he gets called the quartering because he makes the same content that's somehow worse, except he's in night face like a tranny bitch. and now he's dancing on this estrogenic river rat that anybody who was anybody already knew was a bitch from a mile away because he feels safe. It's the least knightly thing possible. You know who the knight slays? A fucking dragon, bitch. He doesn't go after an estrogenic river rat otter. Okay? But when I say that, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, you're not allowed to criticize this guy. It's just so obvious that, like, if you were going to do it, this guy should be a fucking side quest. He should not be your entire timeline for 48 hours.
And there it is.
There it is. Okay, yeah. Here's where he cries.
Use a fucking dump truck to move from your couch to your refrigerator. Please, for the love of God.
We already played this in the first stream, but I think it was in part of the stream that was kind of bad. So, and I'm just going to keep playing this because it's just funny. We're just going to play this every fucking stream.
Stop trying to make fun of people for how they sound. I mean, we all know the type, the quartering types.
And there it is. The quartering types. How fucking dare you?
What's really funny to me?
How fucking dare you? Let me find the full fucking thing here. Because I want that whole fucking clip. Wow, I can't fucking spell. I'm retarded. Did you not put it in the title? Did you put it in here, buddy? This is in November. Damn, I'm looking real stupid now. What was this video called? Oh. It should have been around here, right? November? There's definitely an easier way to do this, but, you know, I'm trying to put myself down to Templar's IQ level. I'm trying to get in his head a little bit. You know, Internet Adjacent, I put links to all the videos I respond to in my fucking thing. Why can't you do that? Did he not make it a video? Important message to all my haters. Okay, that looks funny. We're gonna go through this guy's whole fucking discography, man. Is it this one? Damn, this is a great stream. Fucking 11 p.m. and I'm looking through Hemtard slot vids. This is how we get the 9 viewers.
Darkness.
Did internet haters try to get my channel taken down? Damn, he had a whole... the many blessings... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Sorry.
That I should do a reaction. Hey, will you? Oh, man. The furries and the
Listen to him
LGBT
screech.
Tactical Templar. Asmongold. Tectone, Nuxtaku. Sometimes a little bit of everything. How fucking dare you?
Here we go.
And there it is.
All right, sorry guys, but we got it.
I mean, we all know the type, the quartering types.
And there it is.
There it is.
The quartering types.
The quartering types.
How fucking dare you?
Dare you?
How fucking
dare you?
I don't give a shit about what this guy says before or after. How fucking dare you?
How fucking dare
I have
you?
never once, in the history of the time that I've been online, tried to sell people shitty ass fucking coffee and
Bro, if you could grift as hard as the quartering, you would do it in a heartbeat. You probably work for him. You probably like stir the fucking beans. You grind them yourself by hand if he paid you.
And 90% of my stream,
you jump up and down on them and crush them.
trying to get people to either subscribe to my website or try to sell them coffee, or Kamikoto knives, or BetterHelp, or established titles.
You would take any sponsorship offered to you. Any one, I bet. Short of ones that are so bad that they would, like, you would not, I guess you wouldn't take, like, Planned Parenthood. That would be, like, your line.
How fucking dare you? I talk about content that I want to talk about, when I want to talk about it, how I want to talk about it, and
do we believe that? Do we believe that he really just talks about what he wants and he doesn't talk about what he thinks he has to?
I don't beg my audience for super chats the way the quartering does. The quartering, which...
You do, bro. You do. I got Diamond Dogs who listen to your stream, man, and pick shit out for me. And they tell me that you say at the beginning of every fucking stream that how you'll read your chat if people pay you. It's some fucking DSPS shit.
Always has something to sell somebody. The quartering, by the way, that uses my religion...
How you get your chat read
as
in my
some kind
chat? Well, basically you say anything because there's 2 fucking people in my chat usually. But you say something funny, or you tell me about something, or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, even in some magical future where this channel somehow gets monetized before it gets banned for all the retarded shit we do here, and I got super chats, that would not be, like, I would never make a promise to read them all. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Fuck that. Like, that's not why I'm here. But when that's, like, your primary form of monetization, I don't want to hear it from you about the quartering.
Meat shield. Well, Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
I'll read whatever the fuck
I guess maybe
want.
I should go to church, which lasted about 2 weeks. When he realized he couldn't sell coffee to the church, stopped going, and then did a whole scree about how he can't read the Bible.
Bro, this is the same guy who did his weird, snide, estrogenic, bitch-ass little indirect response to me the other day, where he said, you know, these people, they use religion to get virtue so that they can judge others. He literally said that. And then he just says this.
Not even the NIV version. So, fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Compare me to the quartering. That is absolutely uncalled for.
You're worse than, you know what? Yeah, the quartering, a guy who the only reason people watch him is so they can listen to him talk about pooping his pants. You are literally the same level of jester. The difference is that the quartering has 2 million subs and is a bazillionaire. You're poor quartering. You're poor trans nite quartering.
That is more offensive to me than the fact that these freaks on Kiwi Farms tried to dox me. You compare me to the quartering? Why would you say that? Are you?
I said this in the other video. If people are trying to do that to you, never mention it. Never talk about it. Because if I was a different kind of hater, I'd now be like, oh, okay, and pull Kiwi Farms up right now. Now, I'm not going to do that. That's not a threat, okay? But, like, there are people who would do that. And there are people, and you are, like, you scream out to be targeted, Templar, by crazier people than me. Because you are such a pushover and a little baby.
You serious? No. I have never been as bad with money as the quartering is. I have never once tried to hawk
How do you know whether you've been bad with money? Actually, you know what's funny? No, I'm wrong. Sorry, everyone. I just contradicted myself. We do know that he's bad with money. It's in the morale video where it shows that he dropped $1,500 on VTube tits. So no, never mind. Actually, we do know. I was gonna say it's it's like unprovable, but no.
That's great. On my audience.
That's great, man.
There is no fucking way. And when I deliver commentary, I deliver it with honesty, which is why I have the audience that I have.
It's like the last thing you do. You could say you deliver your commentary you could use so many adjectives. Boring, mushmouth, retarded, dishonest, what else? Late, gay, but honest, sorry, can't get that one.
Never had any insider access. I built my channel up one fucking brick at a time.
One name change at a time. One community jump at a time.
And I built my channel up slowly at a time where content like mine was not really acceptable.
Yes, your torch lighted the way, Templar. Back when Richard Spencer and Sargon were getting banned off YouTube for calling each other white N-words and debating about race realism, you were the one on the edge. You were the one who was edgy. In 2020, when you could get banned, okay, I don't want to self-report, but there was a video I put on YouTube in 2020. Yeah, it was in late 2020, right when COVID started. Obviously not in this channel. And it was me and some of my friends talking about COVID. And we never even used the word mask because we knew it would get us banned. We didn't talk about it at all. Masking, vaccines, it was not the purpose of the video. It was about something else. We vaguely mentioned COVID. My video got banned for, quote, and this is literally what it said, questioning guidance on masking. Questioning guidance on masking. That was the official fucking reason that it got banned. Now, my point here is not to say that my torchlight's the way I was edgy either. My point, Templar, is that was how fucked things were during COVID. So you sitting here talking, we're in the Night Face, or I guess back then you were in Fan Advocacy Network. You were at no point have ever been on the edge of fucking anything except for maybe the toilet.
I tried to build up my content, which was edgy, thinking back to, the 2020s, where X was banning people for saying that there are two genders. So I take great exception to that. That is the most bothersome thing. But don't worry, I'm going to patch that out. That's not going to be a reoccurring.
What a great thing. Just announcing what bothers you. Also, patch that out. I mentioned this the last time I listened to this. Is that a threat? What do you mean patch that out? What, you're gonna roll up on this guy? You're gonna flag him? You're gonna get him banned? No, the way you quote patch that out is you convince people. You authentically convince people that the claim is not true either by evidence or conduct. And how old is this video? 6 months? 5 months? You haven't fucking done that. It's only gotten worse.
Thing where these people go, oh, well, I can just say he's like the quartering and he'll react to my video. No, I just want to address that real quick. That if you think that I'm like the quartering, you are fucking retarded.
Well, recently, he's been absolutely engulfed in controversy right now.
No, I haven't. You have a bunch of angry, retarded
hold on. We're not going to let that one stand. So this was 5 months ago. This was around the same time. An important message to all my haters, okay? And this wasn't the only one, right? This guy is constantly responding to his haters. This guy is constantly getting raped by every side of the political spectrum from everybody. And you're going to tell us that you are not engulfed in controversy or whatever. Like, which is it, man? Are you, like, fighting the evildoers or whatever? Shouldn't you want to be engulfed in controversy as a knight? Just like, righteous controversy? Okay, I thought that was something else. I am blessed with haters who are morons. That's the funny thing. They could be morons, and they would still be smarter than you, buddy. That's why this is happening. That's why this keeps happening. It's like the bar people have to get to be smarter, better, more entertaining than you is so fucking low that randos in a Discord call can do it. They accuse me of the worst crimes. Asmongold is wrong about Christian. I might want to watch that one. I just recently read Taylor Marshall's book on Christian nationalism. He doesn't call it Christian nationalism because he comes at it from a Catholic point of view. Generally, Christian nationalism is more associated with Protestantism, but it's pretty interesting. Did they get my channel shut down? Like, look at this. Like, every fourth video is some stupid controversy. Black haters cannot be stupid. So that's bullshit.
Comprehended it not.
Hold on. Oh, this is the other one. Okay, I kind of got jump scared by that weird AI voice.
It's on the internet. That's par for the course. I've been through this before. It's not a controversy. I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. A bunch of people became aware of my content and got offended.
But if people merely being aware of you makes, not offended, because it's not really accurate, but makes them want to make fun of you or make you see you as like a target, then it means something.
I mean, that is the internet culture 101. Right now, I'm the flavor of the day, which,
yeah,
hey,
5 months ago.
More popularity for me. And the reality
You're not
is
flavor, man.
that the more that
you are just the court jester, and every so often the king has his court, and the nobles show up and they kick the jester around in between the fucking banquet and the like coronation. You are like the entertainment between the actual show. Okay, between what people are actually here to do.
people lie about me, the more that people are going to come and watch my content and realize that what they're saying is bullshit. It's only going to make me bigger. It's only going to make me grow. And while they're there, I will feed them a little bit of the gospel, a little bit of Jesus Christ.
All these people who come see me and see that I'm a slack-jawed, mush-mouthed retard are totally going to take my opinion seriously. Again, no, you are literally just doing damage to anything you think you're advocating for.
More wholesome, entertaining, and all-around better beneficial package. And by the way,
hold on, wait a minute. Didn't he shit on me for saying I'm better? In our little exchange, when I said I'm better than him because I'm real, he's like, you're calling yourself better? Isn't that what he just did right here? He said that his content, what he does is better. Whatever. If I point out every fucking contradiction to this guy, I mean, I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what Kino Casino does to people, to this guy, where we just every fucking show we got the Templar segment, where we just ride this fucking horse all the way across the US until we finally roll into San Francisco and he dies under us.
Stagnant fucking image over a game like Fall Guys. What a boring and uncreative endeavor this is. You're going to criticize me while playing a game that hasn't been relevant in like 4 years.
So that's the problem, is that it's not relevant? I mean, I kind of agree. The Morale video was better because he actually had art, he had effects, he had, but more importantly, he like had the clips and everything. Whereas the Internet Jason video is just him playing a game and talking. So I think that's a valid point of criticism, but you do the same thing, man. You were playing Pragmata earlier. Like, barely making it through the game. And most of your streams are just you in front of, like, an AI church.
Well, technically, it was relevant in 2001. That's only... Yeah, my point is, really?
Yeah, no, we know
As
Templar.
It turns out, despite
we know Templar. 4 years is, like, nothing to you, right? It's only, like, 1/10 of your lifespan.
process, this Sigma alpha male, everyone else is always wrong.
What? Sigma alpha male? You mean like traditional?
Are you going to say you're not? You're going to say you're a little bitch? You're not a Sigma alpha male? I'm a Sigma alpha vrilled up Ubermensch. Why would you respond to this part of the video, Templar? Because the implication, if you deny it, is that you're not cool. Is that you're a lame little bitch. Are you going to find... Maybe you'll finally be honest about something for the first time ever.
Values? The Sigma alpha. Guys, find a woman, one woman, get married to her under the church.
Why don't you show us how?
And then, protect and...
You first, buddy. You first. Let's see it. Let's see your bragging pictures of you at your beautiful wedding, man. Right? You can censor your face, censor everyone. I'm not trying to, don't like dox yourself or anything, but let's see it. Do the Sarah stock photo with your hand with the fucking ring. Let's see it, man.
Honor your wife and have her submit and obey to you as is in the Bible.
Yeah,
and then have a bunch of kids.
Don't you? The submit and obey. If anything, you think that this guy would marry literally the first woman he ever talked to just so that he'd have one person in his life who might actually listen to him and respect him. Maybe.
Live a happily ever after life. Man, honestly, what color is your Bugatti? What the fuck?
No, Bugattis are gay, people. Man. You want to compare? I'm not a car guy. I've talked about that before. I think buying new cars is lame. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the net worth check, Templar. Not really, but it's just funny that he's bringing that up.
Are so stuck in this one-dimensional thinking. They are so stuck on the battles of the past that every time they encounter somebody,
they're stuck in battles of the past. You are standing here in the Knights Templar armor, an order that was abolished, fucking 1700 years ago? By a pope who you don't even acknowledge in a church that you're not a part of? Who the fuck here is fighting the battles of the past? Also, if you're a Christian, you think there's only one battle and it's already been won. Right? Like, the whole position is that there was only one unique event in history, and it was 2,000 years ago. Everything else is just the cyclical cycles of man. Whatever. Fuck, whatever.
They just relate it to the things that they've heard before. Zero critical thinking skills, zero ability to take on new information, zero interest in actually getting shit right. All of this is about
how every time you respond to people, you never bring up evidence. How when you responded to Morale's video, you literally skipped over your own clips because you didn't want anyone to hear what you had actually said. Because that's the thing, is a guy like you, or like fake, basically you still have that nominalistic that's generally associated with the left thinking and you don't even know it, is that it's not about getting things right. It's about winning. That's all it is for you, and you're open about it, man.
This person feels. This person is in his feelings. He's very offended by my work, and he also sees that in his circle of friends that it's popular to shit on me. Now, is any of it legitimate? No. And we're about to go into why.
First of all, it is legitimate, but even if it wasn't, then why do you care? If it's all just bullshit, if it's all just people talking shit online having fun, then why do you care? This guy's not doxing your ass. He's not sending people at you. Why do you care? If you're so much better than these people, if, as you said earlier, people just have to tune into you and then they'll suddenly get red-pilled and put on the trans Templar armor, they'll become trans knights just like you, then it doesn't matter. Then it's just the gaggle of Zoomers in that one call we listened to, like calling you a Muslim. But that's not what it is. It hurts your ego, your true enemy, that you can never defeat because you don't even know it's your enemy.
People that rely on the information that we're about to see from this guy, Nicodemus, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Nicodemus? Templars fighting with Pharisee Nicodemus? Where's the guy in The Chosen? It's like the most expensive actor that got in The Chosen, Ari Shafir. He was in Stargate, and he plays Nicodemus. Hold on. You know how the whole like joke here is that like every fucking faction has come out to shit on Templar. You've got like trans people, you've got furries, you've got leftists, liberals, you've got whatever the fuck I am, you've got you just got everyone. Now he's pulling this guy out. This guy, it's like fucking Smash. Nicodemus is joining the fight. Hold on. Nicodemus has joined the fight. to slay Tactical Templar.
Degenerate, perverted Spurg. When you get your information from somebody like that, and then you come to me and try to I'm going to do a gotcha.
I should make a meme where I get like the trans person he lost to, like Mrau, Nicodemus, that picture, Hitler, like the picture of the Zoomer Waffen guy, like Zoomer Giga Chad with the swastika tattoo and the blue eyes, and it's just like, and it's the stone toss meme, and they're all pulling the rope on the same side, and on the other side is Templar slobbering all over himself.
Brother, you are building a house on quicksand.
Wrong type of mindset. The guy turned out to be an absolute lolcow with some of the absolute worst takes I have ever seen online. So for the purpose of this...
I can define what a woman is. I can tell you how many genders there are. That was one
of the positions you
There are only two genders. Transgenderism isn't actually a thing.
Can you say what the Templar Order is? I know you can't, because we watched the clip last time where you said that you picked it because of Warhammer 40k. You know, can you say what years did the Templar Order operate? What was their mission? How were they dissolved? No, I don't think you can.
Bullshit, it's mental illness.
I honestly think that, like, most people could debate this guy and whether this guy is red and win. For real.
Most of my takes are pretty reasonable, pretty grounded.
You don't have takes. You don't have political positions. You don't have political policy. You have political feelings. And they are defined exclusively by what other people that you desire respect from say. That's it.
No, most of my opinions on things are based in reality.
Bro, what
this
reality
person just
even
made that
is,
the fuck up.
buddy, is a political position, okay? Like, the trillions that have died from German idealism have something to say.
Because they're in their feelings.
This video, I figured I'd just go through some of the highlights of this guy's career, and together, you know, we can all just collectively point and laugh. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe so that I can feed my starving family. So like I said, this guy is all over the place right now, and it's just hilarious to make fun of him.
I appreciate being all over the place.
The dude is genuinely a moron.
You appreciate, because what he means by that is you're incoherent. Unless he means that, like, everyone's, like, laughing at you, in which case you shouldn't like that. Assuming you want to be serious. You just want eyes on you, you just want attention, you just want to have fun? Okay, sure, that's a way to do it, I guess. But that's not what you attest.
Let's start off with some of the interesting content that he's made on his channel. A tweet by Nick Andros highlights such hood classics as...
Nick Andros, that's his name.
No, it's Nicodemus.
Anyone who retweets, reposts, or...
Alexa, pull Nicodemus up again. Oh shit, is this... Okay. Yeah, this is who he's talking to right now.
Or takes this guy credible or seriously, you are immediately disqualified from having an opinion on anything at any given time. This guy is a creep, a pervert, a retard. Everything that I've seen from this guy disqualifies him just immediately. Even the most cursory, generous observation.
Hold on. I don't know why I'm doing it this way when I could just do this. Hold on. We're doing a lot of work here for what's probably not even going to be that funny, but I don't give a fuck. Nobody's watching this anyway. Okay, so we got Templar over here, and then we got Nicodemus over here debating him. Can we flip this? Hold on. Transform. Ooh, nope. Transform. God damn, I'm retarded. Maybe I am the perfect A-log for a Templar, because sometimes I'm just as stupid as he is. There we go. Finally. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. There we go. That's gonna make a funny clip.
Would say, no, probably believing anything this guy says is suspect. You take one look at this guy's timeline, and it becomes abundantly, evidently clear. So, forgive me. I think that you have very poor judgment. Oh, no, and I'm not going to take anything that you say as seriously. Now
let's go back to him shitting on Nicodemus.
Retweets, reposts, or takes this guy credible or seriously, you are immediately disqualified from having an opinion on anything at any given time. This guy is a creep, a pervert, a retard. Everything that I've seen from this guy disqualifies him just immediately.
You're so anti-Semitic, Templar.
Generous observation would say, no, probably believing anything this guy says is suspect. You take one look at this guy's timeline, and it becomes abundantly...
Nicodemus owns you. Hold on. Hold on. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad no one's watching this, because it's just like... Or not, I'm not glad no one's watching. I'm saying I'm glad I decided to fire this up for no reason anyway. Okay. I guess I should get a clip of him actually saying Nicodemus if I'm going to do this. I'll do it after, I guess.
So
I'm too dumb to know how to
forgive
record
me.
video while I'm doing this.
I think that you have
like
very
I said, I'm the
poor
perfect
judgment.
A-log for this guy.
And I'm not going to take anything that you say as seriously now that you have brought this disreputable cretin into this conversation.
As Twitch hates VTubers. Okay, I'll say it. Dr. Disrespect did nothing wrong.
True. Yeah.
True. The disrespect, Dr. Disrespect is so crazy because he literally said in the fucking thing that he did it. It's like, dude.
See, if these people actually did some research instead of like pulling up the screenshot, if they actually watched the video, they would understand each point. It's not grifter bait. It's not anything like that. I talked about the Dr. Disrespect situation. That first of all, I don't trust. Now I'm getting a fucking lisp. I don't trust Twitch staff. I don't think they're credible. I don't think they're honest. I think that they are bad actors acting in bad faith. I think they're perverts. I think they're weird. So I don't trust them. The other thing is the California legal system, especially in LA where Dr. Disrespect lives. You mean to tell me that Dr. Disrespect...
Wait, but it's not just about the law, buddy. Obviously.
...sued Twitch and won. And what? He was sexting minors, trying to meet up with them, sending illicit photos?
We know a judge based off of what the lawsuit revealed. Because there'd be like this thing called discovery, Templar. You know, Templar has like read through all these legal documents. I'm not kidding. He read through the Tectone legal documents and gave his Templarian jurisprudence. But you don't know that, like, for something like that, there would be discovery, and that might elucidate us a little bit more.
And what, you think that the prosecutors down there, that they're just, like, sleeping? I made this clear in that video. And in a recent video I did. These people in LA, these DAs, they would kill each other. Not actually, but, you know, like that whole thing.
DAs in LA? Tell me all about DAs in LA, Templar. I'm sure you know all about them.
Thing about, you know, you break the glass bottle and you have somebody with a knife and they're fighting. Imagine a room full of Kamala Harrises.
Bro, I've known DAs in LA that would gas your ass. Straight up. They would Sieg Heil and gas you. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Are basically politicians that are vying for the next story, the next thing to catapult them into the career of, you know, the next Kamala Harris, the next politician. And imagine that this story falls in your lap, where you've got this multi-millionaire streamer that gets millions of views that apparently had been sexting and sending illicit photos.
He admitted it.
And trying to meet up with an underage girl. You don't think these people would have prosecuted him criminally? They would have been salivating.
How does this work?
That's what they dream of. That is the type of case that they get a chub in their pants
We're going to
about.
learn how to use the snipping tool live so we can make our fucking stupid low-quality
Even
Nicodemus
if there was a
meme.
whiff of that. But not only did that not happen, Dr. Disrespect won his lawsuit with Twitch. They paid him a boatload of money.
Yeah. But did they retract any claims regarding the actual, like, issue here? Like, I know this might sound crazy to someone like you, Templar, who views everything in this, like, fake culture war shit, but contract law, which is what Dr. Disrespect sued regarding, is not the same as, are you a pedo? Okay? Or did you text inappropriately with minors? Now, you can include that in your contract somehow, but that was the whole point, is he sued to have that contract executed to get his money. That doesn't necessarily mean he didn't do anything. But, you know, I'm not an expert in the field of Templarian jurisprudence.
Which tells me there was nothing sexual between him and the girl.
Look. Clyde must be watching. Let's see. Yeah, reading this was fucked. Ellie's lips weren't glistening with wetness. I can't believe I just read that. Yeah, Ellie's lip. Yeah, exactly. Fucked.
Which is what Dr. Disrespect said after he came back. Whether you believe him or not is irrelevant. And I mean,
No, it isn't. The issue of whether he should get paid out for his contract is different from the issue of whether he texted minors, something he admitted to doing.
That abundantly clear. My points in that were sound. But if you have a different point of view, if you...
Templar, do you know the difference between validness and soundness? You're an Andrew Wilson guy, right? A guy who likes to talk all about formal logic and then not employ it. So you should probably learn what the difference between those two are.
You think that I'm wrong. No. The California prosecutors, yeah, they protect pedophiles. Like, if you have some other argument that you want to put out there that you think is better than that, then go ahead.
Here's my argument. I think that he texted inappropriately with people under the age of 18. I cite as proof him admitting to texting people inappropriately with people under the age of 18. I think that it is wrong to text people inappropriately under the age of 18. Therefore, I think Dr. Disrespect is wrong. Therefore, fuck him. Well, it's fucking Aristotle's Academy over here, man.
But I mean, holy shit. These people are so malevolently dishonest. And this one, condemn Nux Taku. I was being inundated with people that were telling me that Nux Taku was part of Mossad. That Nux Taku was Ben Shapiro. That Nux Taku, what? I mean, like, the amount of lies, oh, Nux is a CIS. I had a bunch of emails from people over and over. They were sending me these crazy conspiracy theories about Nux Taku and who he is and what he really wants to do. And he's a lolicon. He's a pedophile. What's the evidence of that? Well, he criticized this person once. Like, the only thing that they would actually show is that Nux Taku was accusing other people of being pedophiles a little too zealously. And then one time they showed like a thumbnail of Gargura.
That was my script for...
And it was heavily censored. I didn't even know what the fuck I was looking at. And they go, see, proof. No, the whole thing is specious. This is ridiculous. This is you grasping at straws. And the fact that you have the audacity to call me an idiot while not doing any of the research yourself and taking the word of somebody as discredited as this guy, who the fuck is his name? I don't even remember.
A tweet by
Nick Andros. You take this guy's word? Are you fucking serious? You have a couple screws loose.
And Nux Taku's haters try to get me to condemn him.
True.
So you may be asking, why the hell would you ever defend?
All right, guys. Here's our syllogism. They teach you this on like fucking day one of formal logic. This is a universal proposition or major premise. All people who text minors inappropriately underage are immoral. Our minor premise. Dr. Disrespect stated he texted minors inappropriately. There we go. Texted minors inappropriately. Therefore, Dr. Disrespect is immoral. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that fucking incredible? And that's of the AEIO, the different types of syllogism, that's the easiest one. That's universal affirmative. So.
And Dr. Disrespect and Nux Taku.
Well, I wonder if only there were videos that he
only real Diamond Dogs are going to watch through this.
That.
Well, it's simple. This guy does team sports.
Team sports.
You do. You literally do.
Yeah. You know, I would forgive this guy if there weren't videos of me explaining this. This is just lazy. It's sloppy. It's incompetent.
I don't want to hear about lazy from you, man.
These people make these grand sweeping allegations.
Yeah, so what? Honestly, so what? Like, let's say you're right here. That he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he's not the one claiming to be saving the world. He's not the one claiming to be bringing people's souls to Christ. Like, his standard that he has to get as internet adjacent is lower than yours. And that's a standard you yourself have accepted.
Accusations. I literally have videos explaining my thought process, how I came to the conclusion of no interest to these people. They genuinely view critical thinking in the same way that women view accountability. There is no desire to even investigate it to one iota. There is no desire to actually do any deep diving or explain, okay, well, I may not like this guy and what he believes, but here's his honest, accurate, representation of why he said this. No, there's none of that. These people are the worst grifters. These are actual grifters. These are basement dwelling, bottom feeding.
Why? Just because they criticize you? Or just because they're making videos online? Like, you do the same thing. Like, anything you will criticize these guys for allegedly grifting, you literally do the same thing. You just do it in a less entertaining way. Like, that's the problem. Like, maybe these guys are grifters, they're just doing this for money. Okay. Like, some people make their money on the internet. But you also make your money online. You also have super chats. You also make a video every day. Like, this is not a good angle for this guy. Of course, he doesn't understand that because, you know, he's retarded, but...
Internet freaks that exist in this creepy little gross world. I mean, it's disgusting, it's weird, it's foul, it's unctuous. I want no part of it. But apparently they've latched on like a fucking leech. And so, yeah, this is going to be the salt that gets these people off.
If it wasn't obvious, he LARPs as a Christian to try and play team sports.
No, there's no LARPing as a Christian. I preach the gospel.
Okay, here's the thing. So I've already said before that I'm not going to discern whether this guy's really a Christian or not. But if we take the term LARP literally, which is live action role play, you putting the knight armor on, like, you are LARPing a knight. We can say that for fucking sure. You are. Because you're not actually a knight in the real world. You don't act like a knight, even online. And you wear a knight face. You are a trans knight.
There's no LARPing. That's one of the favorite words of these fucking degenerate, low IQ, homunculus losers. These bottom-feeding
really got
basements.
that one made him really mad. You're not respecting my knightly authority.
Dwelling freaks.
Meanwhile, Nicodemus is like, Bubby, you're not a real knight, Bubby.
People that live in a perpetual state of just nihilism and limbo. These people
just because someone thinks you're dumb doesn't make them a nihilist. Just because someone thinks you're dumb doesn't make them a homunculus. Just because someone thinks you're dumb doesn't make them a leftist. Just because someone thinks you're dumb doesn't make you mentally ill. Okay? You always, this guy leans on the same shit over and over and over again.
Nothing redeemable
He's just low
about their
IQ. He doesn't know what else to say. He needs to take classes from fucking Nicodemus.
Life. Their own parents are ashamed and embarrassed at their very birth.
No, now that is projection. That is massive projection because he has no way to know that. There's no indications at all. The only reason he would bring that into this is if it's something that, like, he either is insecure about or maybe there's someone in his family like that or whatever. Like, it has to come close to home to just randomly say that about an anonymous guy online.
And you're going to come to me and say, you're LARPing as a Christian. No, that's what the Quartering did. Pretending to be a Christian because Charlie Kirk died. No, I am a Christian and have been a Christian, unapologetically Christian. Christ is King. I make that statement every stream. I've prayed for people, even prayed for people I don't particularly like. I prayed for Asmongold and his dad. I prayed for peace and understanding for a lot of different people.
Peace and understanding? You're a knight, bish. You're praying for peace and understanding. Again, like, nobody trivializes prayer more than this guy does with how much he fucking talks about it. It's just crazy, man. Did no one ever, like, honestly, this is like one of the things that why people might accuse you of not being a real Christian. I'm not accusing you of that, but I can see why some people would bring this up, because one of the first things you learn, whether it be in catechism or confirmation if you're Protestant or anything, like joining any church, is about, like, humility around discussing prayer. Now, different denominations have different rules about it, about public prayer, processions, or whatnot. But almost all of them agree that there is some standard of care about talking about prayer for exactly this reason, like purely practical reasons at a certain point.
But no,
and that's why people are like, does this guy go to church? Because there's so many things that this guy does that you think that he get told on day one. Now, that being said, there's a lot of things Christians who go to church every day get told and then don't follow it. But and that's why I say I can't say that I know or not. But this is where this is coming from.
It's not a LARP. A LARP. Like, you're LARPing as a content creator.
No, he's not. See, do you not know what LARP is? It's live action role play. So he's not LARPing as a content creator. Like, his content could be terrible. It could be the worst shit ever, but he's creating content. That's why the term content creator sucks, because it's so, like, sterile. It's so sterile. Like, that's why I like the sector, because it's like, you're not a content creator. You're the internet mujahideen. Like, you're a sector, right? Like, it's something real. It's like, or not real, because there's bullshit about it, but you know what I mean? It's not just like a content creator. So like, no, this guy is definitionally a content creator.
Right now. You're not. You're a regurgitator. Somebody feeds some dog shit into your mouth, and then you, like a human centipede, just shit it right back out.
With big right-wing creators. I actually think it's super crazy to try and grift off of your own religion, but hey, that's just me. But yeah, I think defending Lolicon, Nuxtaku, and Dr. Disrespect, who admitted to doing one of the craziest and most morally reprehensible things you could do in general.
Be a furry?
It might just be like a little bit
actually,
bad.
Templar, again, I explained my position on this last stream. I can explain theologically and philosophically why I think furries are incorrect in their conduct and about what they believe about the world. Even then, they are not people who like there are obviously there's some statistics and shit, but like my point is that if we're just taking the traits by themselves, no, being a furry is not comparable to Dr. Disrespect talking to children inappropriately. I'm sorry. Like, that's insane. Like, it is. I just don't know why you would step on that rake by even making that comparison, because it just looks so bad.
One of the most reprehensible things. No, that would be Destiny or Vosh. Like, depending on how you look at it, I actually think Destiny's is worse. He had CSAM material by his own admission, right?
Yeah, can't they all be
CSAM
bad?
material? I think that trumps out Dr. Disrespect.
Let's say Destiny's worse. I'm fine with entertaining that proposition. It still doesn't change. It just makes you look worse, Templar, because if you recognize that what Destiny did was bad, why can't you recognize what Dr. Disrespect did is bad when they admitted crime of the same genus, of the same type, right? The only difference is that Destiny is like a liberal and Dr. Disrespect is, I guess, vaguely conservative. And that's why people call this a LARP. That's why people criticize you, because it comes across as like my perennial analogy that you're just setting up miniatures on a table and playing with them.
By a mile. Not even close.
Idea, it's a little bit, not exactly the brightest. It might get you
Not exactly the brightest.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, it takes a lot of nerve to call somebody else stupid with a video like this.
No,
like
it doesn't. No, actually,
dumb.
it doesn't. Anyone can. I could get on my phone while I'm taking a piss drunk at 3 a.m. off the side of the highway and call you a fucking retard, and I could be right about it. So no, fuck that.
I feel like between me and this guy, I feel like we're facing like 40 to 50 points in IQ deviation. Where this guy is, I mean,
do you
this
even know
guy's
what the
like
bounds are,
teetering.
Templar? You know, the average US IQ is like 103 for white people. If you include everybody else, is like 100. Like 40 points of IQ is like the difference between the average person and like the top 0.001%. Like, I don't even think you know what IQ is. I don't think you know what the bounds are. I don't think you know about the curves or anything like that. And yet, and which is funny because now you're bringing it up and demonstrating that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and therefore signaling your IQ, which is low.
On 80.
And honestly, it wouldn't matter, man. Honestly, there are people that are lower IQ than you that are smarter than you. That might sound like a contradiction, but stupid is as stupid does. It's really true. It's really fucking true. There are people that are low IQ that because they live their life based off simple principles and they live righteously, they are smarter. They are smarter. So it wouldn't even matter what your IQ is. Like your IQ could be high. It's not, but your IQ could be high and you'd still be stupid. You'd still be stupider than people that have a lower IQ than you.
And that's me being extraordinarily generous.
Albert Epstein.
A bit of a bad rep to do something like this. Now you may be asking about the other video there, the one about the VTuber. This VTuber dresses up as a child that acts, let's just say, really weird online.
But it's not a child, and they don't really dress up as a child.
They wear a fucking binky. Are you serious? Templar, are you serious? He's really dying on this hill. He's really dying on they're not actually a child. Therefore, if they look like a child to non-children, it's okay. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dressed in a small person that I...
A small person. That's why the binky thing is so bad, because like even if they were like just a physically small person, they are including something that is inextricably linked to you, like being a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
think, if I recall correctly, is accurate to her real life proportions.
That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better. There are women who like, because of their development or whatever, like they look young. Okay, that doesn't automatically make them pedophiles, but when they then go serve that audience, when they explicitly use this terminology that's part to serve that audience, when they wear a fucking binky, when they go on stream and teach you how to draw children in a sexualized manner, these are all clips in the morale video, then this is more than just how big she really is. It's more than even just a model at that point.
And she's an adult woman. This is just...
Okay, fine. Okay, how about this, Templar? How about someone, not me. How about someone dresses up in a fucking KKK uniform and burns a cross on your lawn and lynches you because they say you're black. And they're black. Is that okay? Because they're not actually black, or they're not actually white, and they're not actually racist? What the fuck are you talking about? This is insane.
Pedantic bullshit. This is just pedantry.
No, it's not pedantry. It is serving a very specific market of people that causes actual, appreciable, measurable harm. Something you should care about if you're going to be this guy, if you're going to be doing this crusade. This is why you're a fucking jester. This is why you're not a knight.
Putting on a pageant for you. There's nothing substantial here. There's nothing concrete.
Not a pageant. If the pageant is fucking child porn, then it fucking has to go. What the fuck?
It's just accusation. Well, he said that Shondo isn't the worst thing ever. You guys are all...
No, you didn't say that. You said she didn't deserve to be banned. And you included the other one in your fucking list of the best VTubers.
Performative. I think really at the end of the day, that's what...
Even if it was performative, if it's right, it's right. And yeah, for some people it is performative because it's so easy to shit on these people like Shondo. It's so easy. It's easy dunk. It's an easy win. But if they're right, they're fucking right.
The problem is here.
You're a fucking easy win.
Performative. There's no substance to anything that you're saying or doing. All of the argument...
Why does there have to be? Why can't people just talk shit and have fun online? Why do we all have to be fucking tranny-ass, bullshit, mush-mouth, retard, faggot knights?
And accusations are all based on how you feel, rather than any sort of accurate analysis of what I'm doing or my content. And at the end of the day...
Then don't respond.
I think what belies that the most is the fact that you compared me to the quartering, which demonstrates that you don't know me or my content at all.
Who cares? Who cares? I think that there are comparisons to be made, to be clear. But again, if it's totally out of left field, if there's no reality behind it at all, and your content speaks for itself, which is what he said earlier, then who fucking cares? Why are you responding?
And once again, Templar, for some reason, defended them.
Well, because I defend people if they're right.
So Shondo's right, because you said earlier that you defend Shondo. So you're saying Shondo's right. Got it. Cool.
And I criticize people if they're wrong. In that situation, I thought she was...
And how do you know what's right and wrong? How do you know? Because one way to know whether something's right or wrong is whether certain other people say they're right or wrong. And the way you know who to respect, whose opinion about whether something's right or wrong, is how well they're able to defend it, but then also like their track record. Okay? And you have the worst track record. That's why one of my tabs was discernment. You have the worst discernment. So like even if you're not evil, even if you're not all of these things, you being retarded alone is like itself a problem.
Right. I did a video criticizing Shondo the other day because I thought she was wrong.
About what? About what?
I know that concept may be complicated for you because you are a tribalist. You are somebody that...
You cannot be calling other people tribalist, man, when you will defend Dr. Disrespect because he's conservative and you shit on Destiny. When they're both, I don't know. I guess I agree that Destiny's worse, but it's like, bro.
Is incapable of critical thinking for yourself because you're afraid
I don't even want to say that. Like, even engaging at that level is fucking stupid. They're both fucked.
Against the mob. Because you are deathly terrified of what's happening to me. And the fact that I'm not scared of it at all, and the fact that I'm still...
You sound scared. You were about to cry earlier in this fucking video, buddy.
Outpacing all of you freaks. No matter how
basing
big your
all of
temper
you
tantrum,
freaks?
I'm still
What happened to me being wrong for calling myself better? I thought that was like evil and arrogant or whatever the fuck.
lapping each of you fucking idiots.
In what? Laughing in what? Losing to everybody? Losing to literally everybody you talk to? Do you mean like metrics? Let's see them, bud. And if you're going to use that, fine. You're going to use metrics as your argument, but then don't call other people grifters.
And I think that drives you nuts. I do. I think that drives you crazy.
Why would it matter? From a Christian perspective, why would it matter?
What?
Like, you should only have one viewer you really care about, and it's God. That's all that should matter if you're really going to play this game.
Well, most of you recognize, probably in your deep private moments, that you're not very smart. You always rely on, well, we have strength in numbers. There are enough polluted, pedestrian, peasant freaks that are willing to go out there and embarrass and humiliate themselves to try to drag this guy down. The fact that it's not working, I think, has bothered you guys. That's why you've chosen me, a channel of what? I only have like 10,000 more subscribers than you. And yet,
why does it have to be about that?
Nobody gives a shit.
You got 29,000 more subscribers than me. I don't give a fuck. You could have 1 billion subscribers. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll still put you under, bitch. I'll still drown your ass. Like, I got more in my right arm than you have in your entire fake suit of armor. Like, that doesn't, like, who cares? This whole, like, metrics dick sucking after you just whined about people grifting is so fake and gay.
You're actually wondering what this VTuber's content looks like. I'm not comfortable enough having that on my channel, and I feel like that should tell you everything about them.
No, because I don't trust you. Nobody trusts you.
So, I don't know about nobody trusting him, but he's right that if he's going to make that claim, he should show the evidence. But that's why Morale did it. Like, as gross as it was, that's why he had to do that. Why he had to sit through those clips and put them together, so that he wouldn't be able to say this. Right?
You're untrustworthy. Your sources for the information at hand, your lack of critical thinking.
But here's the thing. Why so far is he untrustworthy? Because the only reason he stayed so far that he's untrustworthy is just by the nature of him being a furry and disagreeing with him. He hasn't actually, because all the other sources he was using were like Nicandros, who was sourcing Templar himself, right? You are indirectly calling yourself untrustworthy, Templar.
Like, everything about this, no, nobody trusts you. Nobody just immediately takes your word for it. And plus, a lot of people have seen Shondo's content. They know what it is. It's not pornographic in nature. It's not sexual in nature.
It 100%
so you're just fucking lying.
She literally did a stream where she taught the audience how to draw lolicon in a sexualized manner. She literally did that. That's insane for you to say.
Prevalent is Templar's gooning and how he's just such a big degenerate. Now, okay, listen.
No, I want you to preface this, you fucking mongoloid freak. He's a gooner, but I'm a gooner too, but when I do it, it's okay. Please.
What if he doesn't say that? What if he says, I'm a gooner, I just don't care. But under Templar's own rule set, he should. He could do that. I don't know if that's what he's going to say, but he could do that. What would your response to that be?
Now, you're going to make a qualifying statement. Because you don't give a shit.
Your whole life is a qualifying statement because there's no statement.
By the way, stop using the word
fucking. It's all just qualifying
gooning.
Statements followed by fucking nothing. Because there's nothing there.
I use it sometimes as a joke.
As a joke.
But
as a joke. Okay, Alexa, let's pull up the joke here. I like this video. This video's got everything in it, and I know what I want to play here. Let's pull up the joke. Let's pull up the epic joke. Hold on. I think he had it in here.
Off the lolly portion of this video, we have his defense of Nux Taku, who Templar claims was betrayed and falsely labeled as a pedophile by Mudahar, all to appease Hassan.
Alexa, let's play the $1,500 joke.
Only 8 male streamers, totaling 200.
You know what would be a good $1,500 joke if I go to the guy in North Hollywood who lets you rent suits of armor, and I go and rent one, and then I dance to some like wigger rap, and posted about me dabbing on you. That would be a good $1,500 joke, but this is not a good $1,500 joke.
His vast wealth. and 65 cents to Twitch streamers. He donated to 15 different women, 10 of them being VTubers, totaling $1,204.15. He donated to only 8 male streamers, totaling $249.50. In multiple cases, he donates to put himself at the top of the donation leaderboards, and in one case, accidentally donates to a Planned Parenthood charity stream in which he adds text at the bottom saying he doesn't support killing babies, as well as donating.
Let's listen to this funny joke.
So LARPing as a Templar in the wrong religion is very funny. Templar has multiple videos that he deleted recently where he lusts for big breasted Japanese women.
Doing cosplay, this one's my favorite. This is really great.
Yep, this is a good joke.
And one where he lusts after thick Ray art.
Today we're going to be talking about big anime titties and thick with an extra C thighs.
Really pretending to be a degenerate gooner. Great joke, man. Oh, sorry, I had Nicodemus still on the screen. I'm sorry, Nicodemus. You shouldn't have had to see that.
Really? It's like somebody that uses 6'7". I look at that and go, oh god.
Really, man? You're gonna shit on some stupid meme that's probably gonna be dead in fucking a year or less than a year? Damn, you really are some salty ass millennial bitch.
Oh, I make no apologies about the fact that I think that women are beautiful. And I like attractive women. And I don't like when women are made ugly and hideous in video games and in media. Because I think it devalues humanity.
So let me understand this. It's okay that you're a gooner, because if you're not a gooner, it devalues humanity. But this guy, it would be bad if he's a gooner because he doesn't like you. Okay.
But you guys...
Yeah, here we go.
You guys take degeneracy to another level.
What level? Where's the line? What's the next level, Templar?
You've got people that are furries, that are transgender, LGBTQ, people that fantasize about pegging. I mean, you people are fucking freaks.
Bro, okay.
And you want to criticize me?
You realize that, like, all of these would be sins in any, like, coherent doctrine, like, of a church. They're all born from the concupiscence of the soul. They're all, like, carnal desire.
As a gooner, because I think that...
Like, specifically disordered carnal desire.
Women are attractive?
Because you're not married. Like, I guess maybe if you were talking about your wife this way, maybe. But we know a nigga ain't married.
Now, keep in mind that
that's not me threatening any kind of personal information. I don't know. I'm just saying. Well, I don't know 100%, but like, come on, nigga ain't married.
One of the criticisms that I've gotten in the past before these freaks is that I was too critical. I was too anti-gooner. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There are people who criticize you for everything. Ichtobin was mad at me for putting the sword... Well, he wasn't really. He was clearly shitposting. For putting the fucking sword in the fire. Like, this is how the internet works, man. It's all whatever.
And maybe a shock to you.
An idiot.
This is the most delusional shit I've ever heard.
I'm starting a family.
Tactical Templar is so funny on Twitter. Because this guy is like...
The fact that Templar got called a degenerate by a furry, big oof, too much of a gooner even... Dude, he's been called a degenerate by everyone. He was called a degenerate by a trans person, by a furry, a person of feline, by internet adjacent, who I think is gay, and some shit came out about him. Everyone has called this guy a fucking degenerate. It's crazy. And he has failed to actually beat any of them. That's the real problem.
A good traditionalist. And like, bro, he's just going off on every OnlyFans girl saying like, yeah, enjoy your fame. Anyways, when you're 5 years and you don't have a kid, you're probably going to kill yourself.
Look at him move his avatar.
That's just how it is.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Because we've talked about before how this guy worships Tectone because Tectone came out and said that Templar had something to do with his conversion, which is like the only time anyone of any prominence has ever given Templar a crumb of respect and authority, which that's my whole thesis, is this guy is starved for respect and authority. And so anytime he can, he brings Tectone up. Anytime he can, he shouts him out like he's his feudal fucking lord. And then look at this. He hasn't moved his avatar the whole video, but now that we got Tectone in the corner, look, he moves.
So funny on Twitter.
He moves. He submits to Tectone's bald ass person of bald head.
Guy is like a giga traditionalist. And like, bro, he's just going off on every OnlyFans girl saying like, yeah, enjoy your fame. Anyways, when you're 5 years and you don't have a kid, you're probably going to kill.
He just moved it so that people can see him. Yes, my liege, Tectone, my adjudicated in a court of law to have sexually assaulted a woman and has a 10-year or has a multi-year restraining order against them, my liege.
yourself.
What a bitch. What a fucking bitch. This is the internet. You don't have to kneel to anyone. That's the whole fun of it. It's not, in real life, there are people you have to fucking put up with, whether it be people in your family, like you got to respect your father and mother, even if they can be silly sometimes. Everybody has those moments. Or at a job, you've got a boss. Even if you don't have a fucking boss, even if you work for yourself, we just fucking did taxes. I had to finally pay taxes for the first time in like 5 years because I failed to make it so that I had no realized income. Okay, everybody's got to fucking like submit to something in the real world, but on the internet you really don't. Short of getting banned off of platforms, you really don't. You can kind of just do what you can kind of just do your thing. Like this guy doesn't have to be your boss, but you willingly bow to him like a little bitch.
That's just how it is. It's just so funny, bro. It's so funny.
Never heard.
I mean, that's a little bit exaggerated. I don't think I told any of them that they're going to kill themselves, but
You have literally told... Okay, that's a fucking lie. Alexa, pull up Templar being a salty-ass bitch telling women to kill... Scaring the hoes. And it's like, I agree, like, OnlyFans is bad. Girls shouldn't do OnlyFans. But this is the last guy who should be telling women to do anything, because he specifically, like, I already explained this. Like, women do not respond to arguments. They respond to, like, men who they like, essentially. And you are not that guy. Hold on, what the fuck is this? Oh, boy. Here we go. Like, look at this shit. Fat, retarded, simp ass, she's old, she's eggs are empty. Degenerate, low-life freaks. Dishonest, backstabbing clout chaser. There are ones where he does straight up tell girls to kill themselves. Like, or he gets close, I'm pretty sure. It's tough because he tweets so much, and so much of it is just him responding to random people in total cuck rage, screaming into the void like a little peasant bitch. Problem is, if I keep scrolling this, I'm gonna find more shit to shit on, and it's already getting late. It was already late, but women cannot be pastors for a reason. You're a woman, and you pastoralize. The key is to let her hold someone else's newborn. That unlocks the I want a part of a female brain. Buddy, I don't think you've ever engaged with a female brain that was not related to you. I'm attracted to her brain. No, brother. There's just all this remnant stuff. There's so much more with this guy, man. We literally got stuff for fucking days. There's this whole arc with Remnant. There's this guy, Templeton. I don't know. He got bodied by him. There's so much. There's so fucking much. We're never going to run out because it just adds more and more every day. Buddy. I mean, I'm passing over a lot here. There's like a lot of crazy stuff in here. You degenerate bimbos. I'm just trying to find one where he specifically tells someone to KYS. The problem is we're only 3 days back. Like, me having to scroll this much doesn't mean he doesn't do this a lot. It's just that he tweets so fucking much that just scrolling this much, we're only 3 fucking days. Oh, whatever. Fuck this. We'll get a compilation together.
Is not only is my comparison of this.
Did I close it? Am I that stupid? Oh no, there it is.
Point still remains that a lot of them are headed down a bad path, and they're ultimately going to lead to a point in time where no amount of money in the world is going to compensate for the fact that they are.
Does he sound like a dent? Yeah, he does. That's funny thing too, because he likes to shit on people for like their voice. Like, he does it all the time, and then people immediately are like, brother, you know,
the egg carton, and their best years are behind them. And people have moved on. Because a lot of the Gooner community, the actual Gooners, the Simps, they will find a new model
community. Tell me about that, Templar.
To lust after. And that's really the word. It's not gooning, it's lust. And it is a sin. The way that these people do it is absolutely a sin. These people find a newer, hotter girl, and they will lust after her and give her all the money. And
what is the source of sin, Templar? Do you know anything about the theology on this topic?
Meanwhile, because
you jumped into it, man. You're the one saying it's this and not that because of theological reasons. Like, have you ever heard of the concept of the concupiscence of the soul? You might not want to look into that because it would describe a lot of the way you act.
Older model,
or at least be an explanatory
she's going to be miserable and alone with no kids and no husband and no prospects. I actively go out there.
So she is bad because she has no husband and no kids and no prospects. Okay. That's tough. It's especially tough for women. Women have a lot less time. That's why you shouldn't waste their fucking time. But it seems to me that might describe someone else too. Right, Templar?
And
that's why I was saying earlier, it's like you first, dude. Let's see the Sarah Stock photo where you post your little feminine hand with a ring and it'll be like, just got married or some shit.
See a woman showing her tits and her ass, I'll actually respond to her post and say, you should probably stop doing that. And
then that makes her not do it because a woman is not going to listen to you. Because women listen to men who they would select for. And they're not going to select for you because you're tactical temptard. So this is not your battle to fight. Unless you get your shit together, right? That would be a good thing to do, but whatever.
Myself, enemy number one to the Gooners of the internet. But
like this guy, this is the sort of guy who thinks that if you just present the right argument, you will convince a woman. But this is something men learn at the end of fucking high school at the latest, right? Like you are not going to present a thesis to convince a woman of something like that, like a lifestyle thing. And I explained this last stream, but it's not because they don't think. It's not because there's no framework to the way, like, it's not like women are like not, they don't have like thoughts of themselves. That's not my point at all. It's just that the way that they work through decision making is based around the thing that they have the most responsibility for, which is obviously like reproductive selection. And those things that they select for are like rational and are reasonable. And so if they're not going to select for you, Templar, that kind of tells you something, right? It's kind of tough.
No,
what one of the key elements of being a knight is chivalric romance. Okay, really, I'm serious. You go look at. I didn't bring it up in the stream before because it's such a joke when it comes to this guy. But Rene Gautier brings it up in this book about the concept that the reason why the knight is special is because women desire him, and yet he puts his desire ahead of that. That's why it's like this concept of like a distant love, where they'd write the poems and they do all this stuff, because it's like he could have it whenever he wants because he's a fucking badass knight, right? But he chooses to express desire in a restrained, temperate way rather than take everything he can.
You are so far out of your depth, you are so ignorant of my content, that by you even saying that, it demonstrates that you've not done 1 minute of research yourself. You are relying on the least reliable people in the world to be able to accurately surmise my content and what it is that I do. And now you found yourself in the deep end without a buoy. Because the reality is that on the internet, you are really on your own. When you make a video like this, none of your gay little lisping retard friends are going to save you. I'm going to drag you out to the deep end. And
you're the one who leans on Tectone. You're the one who leans on these people who basically use you. Because that's what Tectone is doing. That's why he says he helped you for you, because it signals to his audience that, oh, I have this guy who LARPs as a knight, who LARPs as a traditionalist on my side. If he thinks I'm real, you should too. That's the whole idea. That's why he only speaks of you, not about you, right? You understand that distinction, right? Like you're never going to see Tectone watch a Templar video, like all the way through and engage with the ideas, right? He'll just say, oh, well, this guy, Tactica Temptard, and maybe show some tweets or whatever. Well, or he's a base Christian knight, and he says I'm real, right? He invokes you. He doesn't engage with you. It's not the same. And everything he just said here applies to him, too.
Honestly, you don't have the ability to swim.
popular opinion. But if you're doing shit behind closed doors and DMs or any of that, I don't really give a flying fuck what.
You don't care about people DMing girls? You know, oh, I don't care about closed doors. Well,
just
I
in
do.
general, just the idea of like men speaking to women. Like, yeah, I know, Templar, that you might not understand this, but like you do have to talk to women at some point if you want to get married, right? Now, if you want to go be a monk, you want to go like be dead to the world, go off, king. But like, you know, yeah, if you're going to be the guy telling everyone to get married, like you do actually have to talk to them at some point.
I care about DMing, you know, sexually explicit DMs and stuff. It's not great. It's not great.
Why?
I would much prefer somebody be open about the fact that they like girls and think that they're attractive rather than the people who creep and perv and pretend like you do.
Bro, you don't like the people that creep and perv.
Doing cosplay, this one's my favorite. This is really great.
And one where he lusts after thick ray art.
Today we're going to be talking about big anime titties and thick with an extra C thighs, because you see, SJWs are the most hypocritical, the most immoral, and the most dishonest people in the world.
Templar says marital rape isn't a thing.
Yeah, that's great, man. Oh, and then there's this too. I already talked about why theologically this is flawed. But yeah, that's great, man. You don't like people who creep and perv. Cool.
You pretend in public, and then behind the scenes you're a creep. I can just tell.
You literally pretend to be a knight of an order that you didn't even know anything about.
Be as freaky as you want in private.
No, don't. That's bad advice. Terrible. Don't listen to this guy. This guy's a fucking idiot.
But just don't make your weird freak
experience do you
shit.
say that? I might agree with you. I might agree generally, like if we're going to get more specific about that concept. But like he speaks, this is what I meant, where he's just so starved for authority and respect. Because he speaks with authority like you're just supposed to take his word for that. He won't explain why. He won't tell you any personal experience he has that teaches that. Or even if he maybe he doesn't have that, that's bad, especially when it comes to relationships. Because you know, you can learn a lot in books. You can even learn a lot about relationships and the way people work in books. But at a certain point, man, you gotta actually you gotta actually live it out a little bit. And when you don't explain shit at all, you just declare that and expect people to take your word for it. Like, this is why people clown on you.
Public. Listen,
I can agree with that. Don't make it public if it's weak for freak shit. If you're a furry, if you're trans, you're gay, yeah, just keep that shit private.
Everyone fucks, okay? But not everyone needs to know
confession? I mean, he's not Catholic, I guess.
You fuck. But that's kind of what this guy does. This guy is an open and unapologetic degenerate freak. He uploaded a video titled "How Big Anime Titties and Thick Thighs Save Lives."
Oh, that sounds real. That's a real laugh, man. Yeah, you really sound like you got a good response to this.
Yes. Yeah.
Fake. Everything about this guy is fucking fake. Everything he sounds is dripping with either cuck rage, starvation for respect, or just disingenuity. It's just crazy.
Oh my god. That's so good.
I wish.
Keep in mind, that was uploaded 5 years ago in the midst of a craze where you had people that treated boobs and hips on a woman as damn near criminal. I think that looking at these videos...
I have no sympathy for how fucking retarded this guy is on this topic, considering how old he was. Templar, you would have been around during Me Too. You would have been around during multiple periods that had, moralistic backlash to pornography and whatnot. And they were all different, and they were all motivated by different things, and had different justification. Like, this is so stupid. This guy's pretending like he fucking crawled out of a trench of the Somme. Like, fuck this.
In the time in which they were uploaded is important, because these people are making it seem like I just uploaded this video. No,
it
a
wouldn't
lot
matter.
of the videos.
It's either always okay. Here's the thing, Templar. If you want to disavow the video, then do that. If you want to say it was a different time in your life, you were a different man. I'm sorry. I disavow. I don't stand by anything. Okay, people are still gonna make fun of you. You got to deal with that. That'd be one thing. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be like, oh well, it was a long time ago, but also I did nothing wrong. It's like Dubsian.
Videos from the past that I did were videos that were in direct rebellion or opposition to the current cultural standard and norm, which
is what? You clearly don't know what it was based off of your statement earlier. Like this again plays into the discernment thing. You don't know how to judge people's intent. You don't know how to judge when people are sincere or not. You don't know. You don't even know how to judge like what the issues at the time are important. You don't know how. You have no theory of mind for anyone who talks about you. You have no memory of your long like bitch ass life that you should have direct memory of how this culture worked and changed or whatever. Especially with the way you talk about it with authority. Like this literally like the how would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast meme. That's this guy. It's just every time he clicks play on his stream, it's like a new fucking day. He was just born that day.
That you weren't allowed to have big titty anime girls.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, there was definitely pushback within the industry about the sexualization of certain characters. 100%. But the idea that there was just nothing at all in a culture like ours where the average age of porn introduction to people is at 13. Are you fucking kidding me?
That you weren't allowed to have thick anime thighs. That was completely...
And it still just doesn't make sense because you think that this guy, if he's tactic like Temptard, would take a very hard stance on pornography and sexualization. But he doesn't, because it's just all fake.
Acceptable. You weren't allowed to have that. In fact, if you even advocated that, there was something deeply wrong with you, which is the same sort of
to who? It's not a monolith, buddy.
Argument that you're seeing today. But thankfully, people like this have been ostracized to the point where they just have to make random little weirdo internet arguments. But
that's all this all ever was.
The reality is that was part of mainstream.
This guy is living on another fucking planet.
Culture for a long time, 5 years ago. That was part of mainstream culture where you weren't allowed to say that.
I don't think you know anything that's mainstream. I don't think you know anything about mainstream culture. It's funny because I don't even think this guy knows about like niche internet culture either, based off the way he says this. He just doesn't know anything.
Allowed to advocate for that. You weren't allowed to be that bombastic about that. So me and my little channel fighting.
Yeah, you know the height of the Twitch titty streaming. Yeah, you weren't allowed to be public. You weren't allowed to be bombastic. Sure. Like I could just think of like 1,000 examples for why this makes no fucking sense. That's just one of them.
Against these fucking companies, corporations. Yeah, and I'd do it again. People like this one, people like this.
So then why does it matter that it was a long time ago? Either it was a long time ago, so it doesn't represent you, or you didn't do nothing wrong.
They don't have the ability. They don't have the temerity. They don't have the audacity to go out there and do what I fucking did.
I was making that
up. Are you serious? Yes. Most people were not retarded, goon, or perverted retard freaks who made a video lusting and openly cooming on over audio about pornography. Yeah. They didn't have the audacity, right? And you know what is funny? You know who does do that? Who is just completely fucking Ethan Ralph. He did a stream earlier today where he was talking to Scarlett, saying the most filthy fucking shit ever. Like, I couldn't watch it. But you know what? That's what Ethan Ralph is, and he's never pretended to be anything fucking else. And when he gets it going, and when he really like gets his shit together and does stuff, it is entertaining. But this is like the worst of all worlds. You were a gooner retard freak, and you sucked and weren't entertaining, which is why you changed your name. And you still suck and aren't entertaining. You're still a gooner, you're still retarded, and you're dumb.
If you're a gooner freak in DMs, that's one thing. But being open about it is kind of cringe.
I'm going to speed this up. I mean, this is just a criticism of nothing. Like it's. I didn't like the fact that he made this video. Okay, guys.
No, he said that you're
I
a
didn't
gooner.
Like that.
And that's contradictory
Okay,
to
who
your
the fuck
identity.
cares?
Hell, I mean, this is a clip of him donating to a VTuber on stream.
Wow.
Listen, can I delete?
Oh, do you guys remember that? We went to we looked far and wide for a Twitch user at the bowels of the fucking internet. Somebody that had
No one cares.
viewers.
This doesn't make you virtuous. And the fact that you are trying to justify this, being a simp, because you think you're helping someone and being virtuous, just makes you criticize you more. Because it's so contradictory to this alleged Christian ethic, and because it makes you mad. And the only reason it would make you mad and you have to keep responding to it this way is because you see that you're a simp. You see that people are seeing that you're a simp. You see that people don't believe. They choose not to take you seriously. They choose not to take your charity sincere. Okay? Especially with the way you presented it. Especially because you made content out of it. And people are allowed to make that choice. People are allowed to think that you're fake. They're allowed to look at the way you act and look at the way you respond and come to a judgment, a character judgment conclusion about these things. And your response to it only makes it worse.
The internet would otherwise just completely and totally ignore and forget. This person, I think, had like 5 viewers and nobody had ever donated to them. This person had no donations at all at the bowels of the fucking internet.
Yeah, you're so much better than that.
The bowels of Twitch. And I looked for a person, and this person was not.
The reason why I brought up him chimping about this so often is because this is, I think, quite literally the 4th time I've seen him chimp out about this clip. All right, and the last time we covered it, last time on fucking Templar Z, okay, the argument I used was it only makes it worse that she had no viewers and no donations because it means that you felt like you had leverage over her, and because you have a history of this like fucking gooning and whatnot. It speaks to this idea that you had an ulterior motive. It doesn't prove it definitively, but given everything else, it's not unreasonable for people to point it out.
Nice.
Powerful stream scheduling. Yeah, I know. Well, you know why. We have a friend of ours. He desperately wanted me to stream, and then he went and fell asleep.
And my chat liked them. They're like, "Wow, this person's nice. This person was really nice. They were respectful. This was the most normal person I had found after looking for like 35 minutes. And so I gave her 5 gifted subs. And my chat was great with it. And I'm great with it. She was nice. This is probably more attention than she's ever gotten in her career.
Oh, you're so good. What a brave stance you took. Yeah, that's the whole problem, man. It's clear that you just want to go. Okay, I have to piss. And I'm going to get another drink. So I'm just going to put this on, I guess. From the Kino Casino. We'll put our promo up that we made. Be right back. From the Kino Casino to Mr. K himself, they tell us that the sector is fucking dead and that we're living in an age of content darkness. But if you want to see that light again, you want to feel that warmth, well, sometimes you have to light the fucking spark yourself. I'm sick and tired of seeing fake shit. The fake-ass cancer-killing gym, it's all around us. And it's gonna kill itself. I need to kill that bitch. Fake real ones, fake flaggers, fake knights. Can't be anything worse in this sector than a fake nigga. We're riding heavy in the sector jihad, the virtual holy war. We're a flaming sword in this fabricated fucking age. And even if nobody's watching, I'll be fucking real for my top viewer. God! I'm everything Templar witches he fucking was. Honest. And I'm gonna be real fucking honest with him tonight. You all want to go back in time? You want to see it done right? Glimpse of golden age? Well, kindle that flame and we'll break the fucking wheel together. I'm Dog Hero, bitch, and I'm gonna bury me in a virtual goblin before I let this fucking sector die. We're all gonna fucking make it! The sector is a beautiful place and I'm not afraid to die, bitch!
From the Kino Casino to Mr. K himself, they tell us that the sector is fucking dead and that we're living in an age of content.
All right. I have Nicodemus on the screen the whole time. That's funny. Yeah, I guess this is a secret European stream for European people. It's like a reversal of when I used to stream when I lived in Europe, and I would stream at like 2 a.m. so that my friends in America could watch.
And it's some person having an issue with it.
This fucking message, bro.
Oh, gosh.
Usually
what kind of animal do you think I am? Don't hurt her. What?
We're playing fucking the original.
I'm not. I would not be mean.
That's not even the end of this. Someone actually left a comment on his channel saying, American age of consent is weird. It is made to set up men to failure with intent. Apart from that sentence being horribly structured.
Defend this.
You know, I don't know a lot, but if you're ever in the position where you type out that the American age of consent is weird, then it might be time for you to unplug your router and go outside. And for some reason, Templar actually super liked this comment. Why the fuck would you ever do this? Why would you ever like a comment like this? This is such a massive red...
I don't know. It's probably going through just liking all the
Because I'm a desperate little bish.
comments there.
I guess that has to be your defense, because the alternative is saying that you agree with it, man.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
All
I mean,
right.
yeah.
This is probably his best response to anything in this video. Unironically, actually. I don't want to say this is like a Templar dub, but this is like a rare Templar stalemate. This is the only okay kind of response to anything in the video where he's just like, I don't know, I just click them all.
America age of consent is weird. It is made to make men set men up to failure with intent. Yeah, I don't know. I remember that interview that Moist Critical did, or interview, this debate with Sneeko, where Sneeko was arguing against the age of consent and Moist Critical.
Why would you bring that up? That was so bad. That fucking... I should watch that on stream sometime. That was the worst thing ever, because Charlie was so retarded that he somehow lost to not just Sneeko, but on the most indefensible issue ever.
Critical lost because he affirmed trans and kids. That was pretty funny. Both of them look pretty bad. Yeah, I'm in favor of the age.
Unironically, a reasonable statement.
Of consent. That's not really a gotcha. This guy is just a fucking idiot.
Agreeing with a
Well, he's not an idiot. I mean, it did look bad, and you responded. Mostly okay.
crazy take. Here's another absolutely crazy take he's had on Twitter. You cannot rape your wife or husband.
Okay, here we go. He's going to totally drop the ball on this, I can already tell.
Consent is implied.
True. Yeah. Consent is implied.
So I already explained why this is wrong in the first stream about the concept of he leans on the concept of one flesh, but because he either never went through catechesis or it was poor or whatever, or he's just dumb. I don't know. There's a lot of options. He doesn't seem to understand the concept that being one flesh also implies that if you were to commit a crime against your wife, you're committing against yourself, which actually elevates it to a higher crime because that makes it a crime against God. So saying it this way is retarded because it implies that there isn't a crime being committed. It's theologically incorrect under almost every standard. And you're not that guy. Templar, this is, again, goes back to the idea that you are not the guy who should be pastoralizing to women because you are the guy who talks about marital rape, okay, and says it this way. And you are in knight armor, and you are very obviously... You got issues with the bitches, like I said in the first string.
Somebody... if a wife or husband asks for something that is outside the bounds of the marriage, you can take it to the church.
Which church?
You can take...
Which church? Also, what if your church doesn't believe that? What if you're from a church that doesn't believe in marriage, like dealing with marriages? What if they believe in divorce? What if they tell them to get divorced? Yeah, that's why you shouldn't bring this issue or like that aspect into it unless you're really like capable of talking about it.
Take it to your clergy, and you can have them...
What if I'm from a church that doesn't believe in clergy? Like, it's just, he's so fucking stupid.
Be an intermediary? Yeah. Basic stuff. This is so basic.
He then later expanded on this by saying, if you cannot understand or abide...
It's actually not basic. Nothing about theology is basic, Templar. And you are kind of like the perfect example of why.
The basic tenets of marriage as is in accordance with the gospel, then just admit, you're secularist feminists who are trying to remove marriage from the faith.
True.
And cannot his wife. A wife cannot rape her husband. You guys heard him here first. If you're married and have a spouse, could be a husband, could be a wife, just go in there, rip their clothes off, and just fuck them right.
No, that's not what I said at all. Any husband would not hurt his wife. Like,
are you fucking kidding me? You're the one who talks about how Christians err, how we're the like most fucked up people or whatever, because they need the most help. Like, what? This is totally contradicts what you said before. Not only that, but Templar, it doesn't matter. Like when you are talking to women and you say this, it's being read of one way.
These people understand.
My voice reminds you of Wurzelroot.
And these people are atheists, so they're degenerates. So their
maybe Mr. K is Brian and I'm Wurzelroot.
Mind goes to rape in that way. Their mind goes to that. But in the Bible, it talks about men laying down their life for their wife and the wife submitting to their husband. No husband of the faith who is of God, of Jesus, would do that to their wife.
You can't have those two positions. You can't both say that Christians are flawed and they sin and they err, and then also a real Christian would never do this. It's just ridiculous.
And the way that
Makes
they're
no sense.
portraying.
And that's not the way you should even be talking about. Like, there's so many.
It also says in the Bible.
There's a way to uphold the biblical conception of marriage, like under many traditions, that does not require you to say marital rape doesn't exist. Like, this guy is just a walking example for why self-ship. Like, I don't know. I don't want to make judgment calls on doctrine, but this guy, he said before he comes from like half evangelical, half Catholic mixed background, mixed church, not mixed race. I don't know anything about that. But it's very clear which side of things he clearly has more experience with or picked up a lot of his assumptions. It's sort of like how I say the way he talks about things and his worldview is very clearly comes from like a leftist perspective as far as nominalism. And I've been specific about explaining how. It's not like him where he just says everyone who disagrees with him is a leftist, never explains why. And it's like he doesn't even realize it. He doesn't even realize how much of the way he talks about things and his methodology and procedure and thinking is informed by that. It's the same thing with like this theology stuff with specifically non-denominational evangelicism.
That it's wrong for a wife to deny her.
Which would be fine if he just came out and said that. Yeah, I'm not a non-denom. Praise Jesus. Like, okay, cool.
Her husband's sex.
But he won't do that. And the reason he won't is because obviously there's a derogatory connotation, especially in America, with non-denominational evangelicals, especially on the right, especially among, the sort of Christians that he likes to ideate, like Andrew Wilson and like the Orthodox people. So that's why I think he doesn't say that. He won't be firm about it.
These people would probably consider that rape. Consent is implied.
What I think is rape is what I do every time I get on stream and talk about you. That's what rape is. Let's start with that definition. And luckily we're not married. So, I'm raping you. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to go up and ask to pinch your wife's butt if she's in the kitchen, do you? No, you don't.
It's a very different thing. Buddy, stop talking about women. Just stop, man. You're not the guy. You are just not the guy.
Consent is implied. Because under the religious tenet...
I don't think you've ever seen a woman consent, Templar. And that's not me suggesting that you're like a sexual abuser or anything. Not at all. What I'm saying is that I don't think you've never seen it. You've never seen the unspoken consent before. You've never gotten that far.
You are one flesh.
Right now, at commentator Queeman. For some reason, Templar thinks he's actually owning Queeman, even though it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Not only did I own him, he's not even worth my time.
I beat him, but I didn't do anything. Got it. Cool.
He's a weird, lisping, pubic-headed Brit.
No, if you want to swing at Queeman, talk about the drug use. The guy is flying on Addy all the time. You can tell. Or maybe something more, maybe like Coke, but he's on uppers all the time. You can tell.
A bottle of water? No, he's retarded. All you guys are retarded.
See, Templar calls everybody retarded and then never explains why. I call Templar retarded every 5 seconds and tell you exactly why.
I don't usually give you guys the time of day because you're just not worth my time.
Bro, this is a 30-minute video.
I'm making an exception for this.
This is a 30-minute video. And then here's another one. And then here's another one. And then here is, where is it? Here's another one. Here is another one. It's up here. Here's another one. Like, dude, you like every 5 videos is you whining for 30 fucking minutes about yo haters.
It's one video. Because I do think this is the most, honestly, this is the most articulate that the arguments that I've seen have been.
No, that Roe.
And even though it's not very cogent and not very well put together and not very well thought out and not very well researched,
even ones we haven't watched yet,
this seems to be the best presentation.
I think maybe tomorrow, because I'm going to stream again tomorrow, we might do the Remnant 777 stuff, because, you know, we've covered gay British high elves poning him, internet adjacent, who I think is also gay, I don't know, poning him, Rao, who pwned him, who's a person of feline, the transgender person who pwned him, and then Remnant 777, I think he is not only a Christian, but he also dresses as a knight. So he got pwned by a fellow knight, or at least more of a real knight than him, probably, I assume. So it's like, you know, we're going to keep going down the list. And then I pwned him, whatever, you know, esoteric neo-sectarian hyper-accelerationists pwned him. I don't know. I got to come up with like a crazy retarded title and put it in the meme. Nicodemus pwned him. Nicodemus.
Of the arguments against me. And that's a sad state of affairs. Anyway, brothers, I've gone too long on this. You guys can go and watch the rest for yourself if you want. But in closing, these people are illegitimate.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. First of all, he didn't finish the video. Retard. 2, at least he watched more than the Mrao video. And the reason why he did is because the Mrao video was better and showed clips. And it was interesting what he skipped in that one. 3, illegitimate. Do we need legitimacy to talk shit online? What the fuck is this? We have to pass the bar?
If you want. But in closing, these people are illegitimate. They're inauthentic.
Oh, but they don't care about, you're right. They're inauthentic. Mr. AI Knight in the AI Cathedral.
They don't believe in this. Most of them are foul, unctuous, odious creatures. They're not religious. They're not Christian. They don't believe in the Christian faith.
Yeah, but they're not fake about it either. Like, other than, I think the only open Christian is Remnant 777 that I've seen. There's probably more. Like, we could keep digging. I'm telling you, this is a fucking gold mine. We could do this guy like Casey does all their guys, where there's just a fucking 2-hour segment every time I stream. Because there's just so fucking much. I mean, look at this list, man. Some of this stuff. And he just keeps making more. You know, I originally was going to do the Templar stream in December. I was going to do it after the Styx stream. And there was already shit going on then. That was when some of these videos we've covered went out. Then there was even more in fucking February with Nicandros. Then there was even more later with Shamu and Tectone. And then now there's the stuff that's happened more recently. Like, he's just an infinite content glitch. And everybody can enjoy it. Whatever your politics are, whatever your identity is, someone who represents you has held this guy down and just destroyed him. Right?
Many of these people don't know what they believe. They're broken, lost, damn souls. And
that's why it's great. Like, being the janitor of, you know, it's like the analogy I said before when I was talking about the church with him. I said that be the church of all is to be the church of each. Well, he does that with the jester. To be the jester of all is to be the jester of each. Any group can laugh at this guy, can kick him. You know, between the events, between the big drama, the stuff that's, you know, more interesting, you can take your little detour and kick Tactical Templar for being a retard. And there's no ideology really to it. Doesn't matter who you are. And that's what makes the perfect jester. That's why I say, like, I gotta hand it. He is a real court jester. He's made for this. If he was alive back in the time of the Templars, he would be like Zerko. Hold on. Zerko. I should make a meme with Zerko with Tactical Templar. So Zerko was a Moorish dwarf and jester, okay? And I'm trying to garner your report on it. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. So this guy, he was a. I actually made a tweet about this guy because I was talking about I was thinking about something else, and I went in through like his history. Yeah, look at this. Zerko, Moorish dwarf, first served a Roman general, captured by the Huns, got special armor, even escaped, but allowed to live when captured because so funny. When captured, said he only fled because he wanted a wife as a joke. Bleda, the king of the Huns, gave him a wife. Got one of the Hun king Bleda's handmaidens because he was so funny. When Bleda died, inherited by Attila the Hun, spoke 3 languages, made everyone laugh except Attila himself, but he kept him around. There's a side quest where he like helped a city revolt. He's just like the ultimate jester. This is kind of like hopefully, you know, Templar can someday parlay him being like, once he finally takes the armor off, he stops being trans knight and just leans fully into being a jester. He might be able to get a girl like Zerko did just by jester maxing. Until then, it's a little tough. But yeah, I mean, it's just he's so fit for the role. And it's even better because he's even better than Zerko, because like Zerko was a jester and he knew he was a jester and he used it to his advantage. Templar has kind of found the like glitch to somehow surpass that, which is to be a jester and hate when people recognize it, hate when people notice it, hate when people don't give you the respect and authority that you starve for. And that just makes it funnier. That just makes it even better to laugh at this guy, because it means you don't have to be serious. You don't have to like you're not fighting with this guy's worldview. Like you're not insulting Christianity by fighting this guy. You're not insulting the right, whatever the fuck he says he is, by kicking this guy or laughing at him. You're just laughing at Tactica Temptard. And his constant denials of being a jester and putting on the knight face just makes it even better. It just makes it more rewarding. It just makes it more rewarding, like when he's a coward and stuff. So, you know, it's great. All right, that's the end of that. All right, I think that's it for tonight. I'm going to stream again tomorrow. There's Nicodemus. I got to make a meme with Nicodemus. I want to get a clip of when he mispronounces Nicodemus and then somehow like put it over, or not somehow, but like, and then put it over like Nicandros. Nicodemus is going to be the one who slays Tactica Temptard. That's my prediction so far. I kind of hope no one slays him. That's the other funny thing about him being such a jester, something that everybody like recognizes, is because like no one's trying to ruin this guy's life. Like I haven't seen anyone like fuck with this guy in real, which is good. No one should do that. Like fuck with this guy in real life, because like why would you? Like why would you want this guy to go offline? He's like something he's a guy everybody can enjoy. I love Tactica Temptard.